This video is to show you the communication between the PPC4000 parallel positioning system and a 7800 flame safeguard. The wiring diagram used came from our document PPC4000 Wiring Application Guide, available on our website at fireeye.com under the section for PPC4000 and then the heading Service Guide. First thing I'm going to do is turn on the burner control switch on the NXD 410 touchscreen display. That will create a call for heat. Now the PPC4000 would display waiting for profile as it is waiting for a signal to return from the 7800 coming from the blower output. 7800 is now commanding the PPC4000 to move to the purge position, and when the servos get to the purge position as programmed in during commissioning, a signal will be sent back to the 7800 to let it know the high fire switch is made. Once that position is reached, the purge will begin. The 7800 used here has a 90-second purge card, so the purge will take 90 seconds. I'm going to scroll through some of the 7800 options on the keyboard display module while we wait, and I also will have truncated the purge a little bit in the video for the sake of time. Okay, now we're right near the end of our purge at 1 minute 30 seconds. So now it is going to send a command to the PPC4000 to move to the ignition position. So now the servos are driving to the ignition position, and when that position is reached, it will send the signal back to the low fire switch input on the 7800 to let it know that it can begin the pilot process. So now that we're at the ignition position on the PPC4000, pilot ignition has occurred on the 7800. We can see the flame signal is reading. Then we'll go to the main ignition phase. And when the PPC4000 is put into auto from the output released to modulate from the 7800, it will remain in the ignition position initially before it goes to automatic. Now that the 7800 is in run, we are in automatic, and we are now modulating to the firing rate of the PPC4000. So now we have servo-controlled parallel positioning operation with the 7800 flame safeguard. Going to move around the PCV value a little bit to move the modulation rate. Now I'm going to put it in manual, so I can manually modulate and select a rate, and I'll use the arrow keys to change to the firing rate. And lastly, I'm going to turn the burner control switch off on the touchscreen display to initiate a shutdown. The 7800 will post-purge. The servos will go to the standby position, and everything will be ready for the next time that it needs to run.